Good morning and welcome to hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to seven, and the creator of what is going to be the #1 most watched morning show in the world. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's up, my man? What's up, young lady? How are you doing? Today is Wednesday, April 10th, 2019. That's right. Today is Wednesday, April 10th, 2019. And what's amazing is today is the first and the very last time it'll ever be. First and last time it'll ever be Wednesday, April 10th, 2019. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most of this incredible day. And this is an extra incredible day in the Lundy house because today is my man Fisher's second birthday. Fisher Bryant, named after the great Kobe. Joel Bryant is named after Kobe. Fisher Grant, named after the great Grant Cardone. Mr. Fisher Grant is 2 years old today. I'm super excited. We're going to have a little birthday party later today. We're going to spend some time together as a family. It's going to be absolutely an incredible, phenomenal day. I'm hoping that you two are going to have an absolutely phenomenal day here on Wednesday, April 10th, 2019. What's also amazing and awesome is yesterday, my son had his football practice. He's been asking to play football for the longest time, and so we went ahead. He's old enough now. We got him in football. He went out there. He had his practice. Sorry, this is making all kinds of noise. We went out there. He had his practice. They tested him for all kinds of stuff. And as of right now, they're looking at letting Mr. Joel Bryant play quarterback on his flag football team. He'll have his first game Sunday. He's actually got 2 games on Sunday. He's got a back-to-back. And so that was pretty exciting for me. You know, being a dad, I love my girls. My daddy's little girls. They're the sweetest things. My Savannah Rain is something truly special. Willow is the most unique little girl I've ever met. Meredith, of course. That's what I get from Meredith. She drops me the thumbs down. I'm not her favorite human being on the planet, but that's okay. But my boys, I love watching my boys as they're starting to grow up. Joel is starting to step into the amazing little man that he is. And now here we are, Fisher, rocking it at 2 years old. Another Lundy child continues to survive and continues to thrive. Now, yesterday, we started Operation Wakanda, hashtag Operation Wakanda. Me and my man, Michael Kerrigan, we met with William Carter, and we talked through what it's going to look like over the next 180 days as he turns me from thin to Glenn. As he turns me from thin to Glenn. We got to talk about what that looks like. And what's crazy is he said something really interesting. He said the workout part is easy. He said nutrition is going to be 90% of it. 90% of the results that I desire are going to come down to the food that I put in my mouth. And that's going to be an interesting challenge for me. Obviously, I've been doing the water challenge here for going on 3 months. I'm going to do that for a year, but it'll be interesting to add another layer to where I have to start taking care of my nutrition and paying attention to exactly what I eat. Because I have to tell you, I've always been blessed with a high metabolism, and I do not eat very smartly. I'm also a car guy. And us car guys, we kind of eat whatever food we can get in front of us at the time. We don't leave for lunch. We work through lunch. So it's typically fast foods, typically junks, typically snacks. So that's kind of what I'm used to eating. So it's going to be interesting, very interesting, and very challenging going through the nutrition part of what I need to do to go from thin to Glenn. So that was awesome. Dude is a beast. William Carter, if you're not following him, or actually you can't follow him because right now he's not on social media. And so we've got to work on that. and get that rocking and rolling from my man William. I really want to help push him out because the dude is a pure, just an absolute genius. So I want more people to know him so that he can help more people on this planet. Now, speaking of pure geniuses and speaking of rock stars and beasts, I want to talk to you about this guy today.
Get fired up and motivated. Come on with it. You gotta go for greatness right now. Don't waste time. Keep pushing. Let's go for it. Keep going. Don't quit. Keep moving. You got this. Can't nobody stop you. Your greatness is waiting on you. Go out here and get this success. Peace.
That's my boy Shaka Dyson. Shaka is the real deal. He is legit. And he spoke on stage at Hustle and Grind Con 2019, which was an amazing experience all around. Just one of those events that you put down as a lifetime, something that you will memorize, that you will keep in your memories forever and ever and ever. And so Shaka torched the stage at Hustle and Grind Con once again. We've had him the last two Hustle and Grind Cons, but he torched the stage once again. He's just absolute fire. And as we held this incredible conference, there were a ton of different people on stage that I learned a lot about, and I want to make sure to share as much of that with you this week as I possibly can. I know a lot of you were there at the event, but you may have missed a speaker, or you may have missed a note that I took. Plus, I got some extra notes. A lot of the things that I learned from Shaka and from the other speakers for us behind the stage and off the stage for this incredible event that we had here recently, which I believe Dave is currently working on and should be releasing the opportunity to get your pre-sale tickets today. You should be able to see some of the live streams or the actual recordings from the event today, and an opportunity to get and pre-order your hustle houses and all of that stuff for next year's event that we were not going to have. This was going to be the last Hustle and Grind Con, and then after popular demand, after seeing the tears and the laughter and the joy and the relationships and the content, after experiencing all of that and lives literally being changed in front of my eyes, Dave and I and Sean discussed it, and there's just no way that we could not do another Hustle and Grind Con. So what we've done this time is we've decided we're going to push it out, make sure that we give everybody ample time to make their plans, make sure that we have a event planner that's going to handle a lot of the details. We've delegated who's going to do what for different areas so that we know what our focus is on, and it's going to be bigger and better than ever. I mean, I'm telling you, it's going to be bigger and better than ever, and we just had an extraordinary event. So to be able to say that is something special, but that's what's going on. So I want to share some of those experiences with you today. We're going to dive into Shaka Dyson a little bit and what I learned from him. Before we do, though, you know what we got to do. That's right. This is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. Oh, man, yeah, I can feel that this morning. This is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. Because I believe if we could change the way people start the day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. I believe it. I've seen it. I've witnessed it. It happened to me. It happened to you. You're applying. You're breaking out your planners, which I need to make sure to grab that. You're breaking out your planners. You're writing in those things every single day. You're doing gratitude lists. You're writing down your goals. You're sending out encouraging messages. All these different things. No more snooze button. I woke up on the couch this morning. I fell asleep sitting up. Alarm clock went off at 3:50 a.m. Boom. Let's go. It's time to get it. So I believe if we can change the way people start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. This is also the part of the show where I want you to say good morning to me, and I'm going to say good morning to you. Whether you're watching live or on replay, I want you to say, what's up? What's up, Mike Brockway? Faye Giles is up in here. How you doing? CC Eberly. I always look at her name always gets me. CC Eberly. We've also got Jeff Baker and Tracy Shepard. How you doing, Leanne Brooks? Marcus Stone is up in here, and Scott Hulbert. How you doing, Robert Fuller and Don Sankey? Looks like Jonathan Bundrick Camacho is up in here. Of course, Dana Fishbein and Faye Giles, Eric Willeroy, Eddie Gilbert, and of course the Josh with 7 O's, Mr. Josh Keith Hightower's up in here. Amy Bach is up in here. Janelle Griego and AJ Schultz. What's up, Brian Edelin? Everybody's up in hashtag Rise and Grind here on a Wednesday, April 10th, 2019. This guy, Shaka Dyson. Man, I learned a lot. And see, Shaka, one thing that's great about Shaka is he always comes in and steals the show. Period. He comes in, he over-delivers on the stage, he leaves it all on the stage. His energy level is ridiculous, his charisma is amazing, and even more importantly, his integrity is something I truly admire, something that I honor, and something that I model. His authenticity is also something that I admire, that connects me with him on a super, super high level. Shaka Dyson is a pro. Shaka Dyson is an absolute pro. He's very good at everything that he does. He's incredibly good at everything that he does. And he does it in a very humble, a very authentic, a very energetic way. And it makes him an incredibly attractive person. That's what I love about my man, Shaka Dyson. Yesterday on this show, we had Chuck Mingo. Chuck Mingo was on yesterday. If you didn't watch yesterday's episode, I want you to make sure to go back and watch that, because Chuck Mingo represents a lot of the same qualities as Shaka, right? He's got a lot of energy. He's got the charisma. His integrity is intact. And it makes him an incredibly attractive human being. He's a great leader. He's leading a church that has 34,000 patrons that come through every weekend. He's helping keep all that organized. He's communicating with 9 other churches to help create a movement. And that takes leadership. It takes energy. It takes enthusiasm. It takes all of those things. And it takes you turning all of those things on all of the time, every single day, and doing it in a professional, humble, and authentic way to be able to climb to the ranks of which Shaka Dyson has been able to climb. A guy from the straight up streets. I mean, the straight up hood as you could possibly go. A guy who's had brothers and sisters that are either in jail or have been murdered. He just went back to LA so that he could visit his brother who'd just spent 17 years in jail. Shaka hadn't seen him in 20. Me and Shaka were on the phone, and Shaka's like, man, he loves his family. He's so deeply in love with his family. It's another thing I love about Shaka Dyson. And we were talking, and he's like, bro, if you've ever seen the movie Friday and you got the barbecues and the family's all together on a Sunday, he said, that's where I'm headed right now. It's just like that. He said, I have to take a look in the mirror and make sure the shirt that I put on is not going to be a color that is going to be offensive, that is going to get me shot. At our age, I think Shaka's right around my age. So at 41 years old, he's still got to worry about what color shirt he wears when he goes back home, because he grew up straight in the hood. He grew up with not much of this. No cheddar. And he grew up in the streets where you literally had an opportunity. If you said the wrong thing, if you wore the wrong thing, he grew up where you had the opportunity. Death was actually an option every single day. A known option. Walking down the wrong street, being out at the wrong time, looking at somebody the wrong way. And Shaka was the only one in his family to get out. He got out of that situation. He had an opportunity with his father. And he moved and he got out and he's made something for himself. He's made something incredible. He's the #1 F&I trainer in the United States of America, probably in the world. His style is very, very unique. The way that he goes in and transforms people. is so incredibly special. If you're not following Shaka Dyson, please follow Shaka Dyson. If you're a dealer and you're in the automotive community, you're not working with Shaka Dyson, please, I need you to work with Shaka Dyson. He's the man. I'm actually going to give you an opportunity to work with him on a different level. Hopefully, him and I got to get that worked out because Shaka Dyson is legit. He's a pro. He's the man. So I want to share with you a couple takeaways from being able to spend time around Shaka Dyson so that you can become and you can apply, right? Success leaves clues. We talk about it all the time. You can apply some of these things in your life, in your world, in your business so that you too can climb. You can ascend from where you are or where you were to where you want to be and where you want to go so that you can go from being in the streets where literally every single day death was knocking at your doorstep to climbing on the stage, moving and powerfully energizing an audience of hundreds and hundreds of people, and ultimately with his different platforms, tens of thousands of people. We all want that climb. We all want that ascension. And Shaka is a great model. He is an incredible model that we can follow on how we do that. So today I'm going to share with you 5 things that I learned from Shaka Dyson that hopefully you can apply in your life today, tomorrow, next week, and in the future that are going to make a massive impact on your life and on this planet. The very first thing, number 1, Mike Brockway, take notes. First thing that I learned from Shaka Dyson over this experience, just over the last few days that I got to spend with and around Shaka. Shaka said something to me. Shaka Dyson said, "I take a back seat to no one." He said, "I take a back seat to no one." You see, Shaka has a strength and a confidence in himself. See, he made a decision a long time ago that he wasn't going to end up in the jail. He made a decision a long time ago that he wasn't going to end up shot on the side of the street. He made a decision that he was going to fight every single day to make sure that he got a seat at the table. He was going to fight every single day to make sure that he was seen as just seen as a deserving professional, deserving, authentic, energetic professional that takes a back seat to no one. You see, he made sure and continues to deliver. He's made a decision to deliver over market value every single time at everything he does. When he steps into a store, he makes sure to deliver over the value of what he got paid. When he steps on a stage, he makes sure to over-deliver with his presentation, with his delivery. I mean, I watched Shaka Dyson for an hour and a half walk back and forth like a tiger in a cage, prowling, just prepping for his presentation, getting his mind into the right space, getting to the space where his energy level was exactly where he wanted to be, tapping into the raw and the real and the death and the violence and the way that he grew up. He taps into it, and it's a process that he goes through, and he's disciplined about it. And once he taps into it, he comes onto the stage and he unleashes absolute fire that inspires everybody around him. It's incredible, but it's all because he made a decision that he will take a back seat to no one, and he understands. And if you don't want to sit in the back, if you want to be that person that always is up in the front, the one that everybody opens the door for and lets you in, and you hop in the front and they all pile in the back. When you want to take that front seat, when you want to become that person, you have to commit to go 100% all in, which is actually, I'm skipping a little bit ahead, so I'll get back to that. But Shaka Dyson over-delivers every single time, and that's how he wins. I want you to win like Shaka. I do. I want you to win like Shaka. I want to win like Shaka. I want to be able to say I'm the number 1 most watched morning show in the world. That's what I want to say. I don't want to say what is gonna be. I want to say what is the number 1 most watched morning show in the world. I want to get there. So I'm learning. I'm taking notes. I'm learning from the Shakas, the Lizas, the Lisas, the Danelles, the Ben Stocks, the Eric Thomases, the Les Browns, the Maxwells, the Tony Robbins. I'm learning from all of them. I hope you're learning too. Number 2, do not allow any outside sources to dictate your value. Do not allow any outside sources to dictate your value. You see, Shaka grew up in a situation where if he would have allowed his environment to dictate his worth, he'd be worthless. If he would have allowed his circles, his upbringing, his environment, his unfortunate circumstances, if he would allow the violence and the gangs and all of that to dictate his value, he'd be a gangbanger. He'd be in jail. He'd be shot. But instead, he decided that the outside sources don't dictate my value. My value is worth far, far, far more than what's around me. My value is not determined by the people I hang out with. My value is not determined by the circumstances that I was born into. My value is not determined by the color of my skin. My value is determined by the effort, the energy, the enthusiasm, the integrity with which I use, the professionalism with which I use to move forward. Shaka sets his own value. Do you? Number 3, Shaka Dyson has shown me and taught me that you can literally achieve at any level. You can achieve at any level you want to achieve. But you got to put in the work right now. If you put in the work right now, every single day, discipline, day after day after day, you can achieve any level that you want to achieve. Shaka put in the work every single day. He grinds every single day. He builds his own platforms every single day. He's a super smart guy. Super smart guy. He puts in the work. He studies. He trains. When he's working with dealerships and their professionals, he studies. He trains. He puts in the work. And he's literally climbed. His ascension is based on his work ethic, his ability to put in the work every single day to make sure that he wins. And because of that, he's got a platform. He's friends with Grant Cardone. Right? Grant Cardone's a bigwig. Grant Cardone, I shouldn't say friends, he's partners with Grant Cardone in some projects. Like this kid from the streets is partners with Grant Cardone, the almost billionaire. It's amazing. Think about that. Think about if when you take a picture in your head of the environment that Shaka grew up in, and then take a picture in your head of Grant Cardone and his private jets and his houses and his 30,000 attendance conferences and all of his different platforms and his media and all the different things that he's doing. When you combine those two pictures, they don't seem like they would combine. But Shaka, my man Shaka, made them combine because he decided he wasn't going to take a backseat to anyone ever again. He didn't allow his outside sources to distract from his true value. And he puts in the work required to achieve at any level. The fourth thing I learned from Shaka Dyson, golly, and I'm my head. The reason I'm pausing a little bit is my head is just processing. I'm learning more and more stuff. Even just talking about Shaka, I'm learning more and more stuff, and I'm thinking about some of the conversations that him and I had. So I'm going to have to jump on the phone with Shaka as soon as I get off of this. The fourth thing I learned from Shaka is just because the world is crumbling down around you does not give you an excuse to underperform. I hear this all of the time. I get messages all of the time. Well, this happened in my life, therefore I didn't do this. This situation came up in my life, therefore I stopped getting up early and doing my gratitude and goals. And I'm here to tell you today, just because life is crumbling down around you, that does not give you an excuse to underperform. It's not an excuse. I'm sorry, it's not. You have to continue to perform at the highest level if you want to achieve at the highest level. You got the flu? I'm sorry. I need you to perform. You got to perform. I get it. Michael Jordan, and I'm not saying this is for everyone. Please understand. I'm saying for those that want to perform on the highest level, to achieve at the highest level, you have to perform no matter what is going on around you. Relationship issues, you have to perform. Not feeling well, you have to perform. Got in, time changes, layovers, jet lag, you have to perform. Got in an accident, something happened unexpectedly, unexpected expense, you got a radiator that went out, you got a refrigerator that went out. Any of these things. You have to perform every day. I was at Dan Cummins for 8 years. I never once called in sick. Ever. Not one time. I had my appendix removed. I was at work the next day. We had 6 children. I didn't miss any work. My wife, I love her. She's a saint. My wife would have the babies on Saturdays or the day before my day off. That's when she would have the baby. I'd be able to spend some time with her and the baby. I'd be able to go to work while she was still in the hospital and had all the nurses taking care of her. And then I'd come home on my day off and spend time with the baby and spend time with my wife. Because I had a job and a role to do, because I personally don't want to be in the 99%. I don't even want to be in the 99.5%. I want to be in the 0.1%, the 1% of the 1%. That's the goal. That's the dream. That's the legacy that I want to leave for my children and for my wife and on this planet. In order to do that, I must perform. No matter what is going on, you must perform every single day if you want to achieve the highest levels that you could possibly achieve. I love Shaka, if you haven't been able to tell. And number 5, I mentioned it earlier. You got to go all in, my friends. You got to go all in. Shaka came up to me at the conference. He said, Glenn, he looked at me. He said, why aren't you wearing any Rise and Grind gear? I said, well, Shaka, I'm wearing a suit, man. I'm going to be rollerblading in a hex tie on a suit for my presentation. Shaka was like, are you all in on Rise and Grind or not? Are you all in on Rise and Grind or not? Because when you're all in, you wear it on your chest. When you're all in, you put it on your chest. Every single day, every single moment. You throw a hat, you drop it on your head. Your books, your planners, your business cards, everything. The labels, like Bill Have, right? On the side of his car. Pow! If you have to have it, Bill Have has it. Shaka was like, dude, you got to go all in. He said, you took Rise and Grind, which has been a common phrase, it's been around forever, and you made it yours. And you created an amazing logo. It's an amazing logo that people love. He said, that is your brand. I said, yeah, but I got my automotive lane, and I got my Rise and Grind lane. He said, then you're not all in. You're not all in. He said, you can still be an automotive person and be all in on Rise and Grind. That's how you were made. That's what you are. You're an automotive guy. You're a Rise and Grind guy. That's the cocktail. That's the concoction that has worked for you to get you to where you are today. So what do you mean you can't wear Rise and Grind because you're doing something automotive? He's like, that's crazy. And he's right. He's right. I've been giving Rise and Grind 50%. I've been giving automotive 50%. And here's the thing. I don't have to have those distinctions. And you don't have to have those distinctions. Go all in on being you. Authentically, enthusiastically yourself. Go all in on that and watch what happens in your life. Shaka got me fired up. He ain't even in here. 5 things to win like Shaka. Number 1, never take a backseat to anyone. You deserve to be in the front. You deserve to be at the table. You are worthy. You are worth it. Number 2, do not allow outside sources to distract you from your value ever. Do not allow outside sources to distract you from your value. You are a valuable human being, uniquely made by the God of the universe, the God who made everything. He made you specifically the way that you are. So do not allow anything out here, friends, family members, circumstances that you were born into, do not allow any of that to distract you from the truth, which is you are this unique, amazing human being who can accomplish absolutely anything that you set your mind to. But you got to do these things. You got to never take a back seat. You can't allow to be distracted, outside sources to distract you. You have to put in the work required to achieve at any possible level that you want to. And no matter what's going on in the world around you, you must perform at the highest level every single day. And lastly, make sure you go all in on your beliefs, your passions, your desires, and your dreams. Don't half-ass it. Let's go. We got work to do. We got people to save. There are souls out there that need you. They need you to breathe into them. They need you to lift them up. They need you to encourage. They need you to help them. You have something special. And I want you to take it out into the world and do something with it. And I know you've already started. You're making posts. You're being encouraging. You're smiling towards people. You're in hashtag Rise and Grind. You're in the group. You're watching the show. All of these things that you're doing. And I'm here to tell you they're making an impact. They're making an impact on your friends, on your family members, on your coworkers. And they've made an impact on me. And I absolutely love you for it. I do. I stinking love you. But I'm here to tell you there's more. There's more. There's more. And I want you to get after that more. Get after it today. If you need more videos like this, you can go to GlennLundy.com. If you do not have Rise and Grind gear, but you represent Rise and Grind, you believe in Rise and Grind, go to GlennLundy.com right now and get yourself some Rise and Grind gear so you can wear it proudly on your chest. Do it. Do it. We changed up the system. You'll get your products in like 2 days now. All right? Do it. And most importantly, come back here tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. We're going to do this all over again on hashtag Rise and Grind. Have an incredible day. Oh my gosh, today's going to be fire. Love you, Shaka Dyson. You the man. Let's go.
Hashtag Rise and Grind. Hashtag Rise and Grind. First thing on my mind, early in the morning time. Daily motivation, feeling so divine. Waking up the nation. Hashtag Rise and Grind. Hashtag Rise and Grind. On my feet before the sunrise, stepped into my greatness, feeling powerful and energized. Thankful to be alive. Hashtag blessed. Write my mission, vision, values, and my gratitude list. I'm building up momentum. I'm making good decisions. I rise, I grind, I get it. Ain't no doubt that I'm committed. Cause who really loses if I don't win? Can't cheat the grind, only get what you put in. So I'm mastering my mentals. I'm focused on my physical. I'm developing spiritually and manifesting miracles. I'm gonna get it started, have a party in the morning, and I'ma wake the world. It's so alarming. I hashtag Rise and Grind. Hashtag Rise and